So, welcome to Five Questions with Andrew Fox from AdDaptive Technology and my guest. So, thank you for being my very first guest. Very excited to have you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem. So, for anybody that doesn't know who you are, can you give them a little background about who you are and what AdDaptive does?
Absolutely. So, when I do AdDaptive, I'm a senior seller. I cover the Boston, New England market, as well as some additional markets along the East Coast. AdDaptive does a very good job of reaching niche audiences about midway down the funnel, being an industry leader in the B2B marketplace. Mm-hmm. I also reside on the North Shore in Beverly, just where I'm from, born and raised.
Nice place. I love the North Shore.
Excellent.
So who's your ideal customer for AdDaptive? I love the technology. We've used it. I've used it multiple times. But who's your ideal customer?
Sure. The ideal customer is a customer that's, like I said, really looking for success to find a niche audience about midway down the funnel. That's the type of client where you're either help complement your current strategy, whether it's for branding or different KPIs, where we're able to find that niche audience and continue to drive it down the funnel. Great thing about AdDaptive is we have that, the B2B transparent analytic reports, and are able to report back at the company level.
Can you give me an example then of a campaign that someone would set up and have success with?
Yeah, absolutely. For success, the way I judge it is there's no better feeling than hitting your client's KPIs and goals, right? Mm-hmm. We love to do that. For me, how I define success is really from a relationship standpoint. I love the data and the analytics and analysis, but the sense of taking a step back and, on a Friday night, getting that call from your client on the way home from work saying, "Hey, Andy, that B2B analysis report, or, that key insight your team sent me this week really helped me either win new business or separate yourself, or the fact that we were able to secure, 2 meetings with our sales teams with 2 Fortune 50 companies. And to me, that is how I define success, really on a long-term basis.
So it's not just using your technology to close deals or to set up meetings. It can also be used then as a precursor to land clients.
Yeah, I think it's twofold. You have your day-to-day transactional type of KPIs and success metrics, which we all do in this fragmented world. But it's more about, and especially in the Boston market, it's more people work with people they trust, and for me, that's how I've been able to be successful in this market, both covering Boston and New York marketplaces. It's a very smart, strategic marketplace we're in, where people will open the door and be close friends when you're fully honest and transparent with them.
Mm-hmm. The big thing at the moment that's sort of impacting everything that we do in our lives, because we're both working from home, is coronavirus, yep. Right?
Yes.
How are you seeing that impacting businesses from running campaigns now, pushing campaigns off, or being able to cut through the noises out there and reach that niche audience they're trying to get in front of?
Yeah, it's definitely a very, very interesting time right now. I think it goes back to, you have to be almost cautious, but use a lot of empathy with your clients, reaching out first, touching base with them on a personal basis, mm-hmm. Making sure they're okay. And then secondly, during the last 2 to 3 weeks, just really touching base, understanding that people are taking time, fully first taking care, making sure their teams are safe, and then secondly, kind of working with them from a consultative standpoint, saying, okay, what's the timing, and are we safe to launch, depending on what industry you're in, what business you're in, and really hoping for the best, but really having a few plans, contingency plans on where this is going to go. We haven't seen, people cancel campaigns. It's more about people just taking the last few weeks and taking a full analysis rather than cancel things, maybe putting things off a few weeks at first.
Mm-hmm.
I do think eventually we'll have a strong, probably second half of Q2, and then a robust second half of the year. The way things are going, but again, that's on a week-to-week basis, and we'll see how things work. But
Yes,
definitely empathy and touching base on people at first.
totally agree. It's it's that human side of marketing, right? We're all people first. It's that difference
100%.
from what marketing between B2B to B2C, and it's right. It's people to people marketing, and today show empathy because that's what people are responding to, and it just shows that that's what you're interested in as a person, and then the business will come from that if you can do that.
100%. Absolutely, I agree with you guys.
Cool. That's it. That's all I had.